Sarah, tomorrow I'll be publishing my top 10 most influential video games. I challenge you to do the same. Challenge accepted, Andrew, so here you guys go. Here's my top 10 most influential video games. So let's start off with Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Seems as good a place as any to start. Now, one thing you guys gotta know about us is that our gaming experience was mainly introduced to us by our dad. Now, while Andrew had King of Dragons as his most memorable game to be playing with our father, mine had to be Ocarina of Time. Or at least watching him, because when Ocarina of Time came out, I was like 4. So I watched my dad play the whole thing through. He would read the text for me and explain to me why certain things were happening because, well, I was 4. 'Tis a very special bond between father and daughter, reading dialogue text. Number 2, Pokedudes! Or as they're more commonly known, Pokemon. And to specify even more which Pokemon... No, what? I actually can't pinpoint down which Pokemon. My first Pokemon game was red version for Game Boy, and Andrew had blue version, so there's that special moment with Pokemon. Then there was yellow version that we had, and I specifically remember getting in an argument with Andrew because, again, I was really young when the game came out, and not a very good gamer, and I got in an argument with him because he wouldn't tell me where to go when I got stuck in yellow version, so there's that. And of course, Crystal version was the first Pokemon that actually had the sprites animated, which freaked us out when I ran into that first Rattata for the first time, and everything actually moved. Oh, and Pokemon Stadium for Nintendo 64, Andrew and I played that one for hours, especially the mini-games. My Rattata's faster than your Rattata! So yeah, just Pokemon. Number 3, Tales of the Abyss. Oh, look at that, another Tales of mention. How surprising. I know I talk about Tales of games a lot, but that's because they're just so freaking good! Now, Tales of the Abyss is my favorite Tales of game of all of them, mainly because of its storytelling and character development. It taught an amazing lesson of second chances and understanding people, which I took that lesson greatly to heart when it came to giving people a chance to understand why anime and games were so amazing and how they are all fools for not enjoying it. You thought that was going somewhere serious, didn't you? Number 4 is Bayonetta. Now, how do I describe this one without going on a tangent? Nope, I can't. If there's one argument I can't stand in the gaming community, it's over-sexualizing women in video games. Ugh, excuse me as I go jump in the lake. Bayonetta is a great beat-em-up, and yes, a very good example of over-sexualizing women in a video game. But you know what? Screw that! If I looked anything like her, tall and gorgeous, and could kick angels in the face with guns I had strapped to my high-heeled shoes, and could still run, jump, and be a badass, I'd flaunt that shit. Bayonetta is a great show of how you can be a badass, fight your own battles, but still look fabulous while doing it. Number 5 is Shadow the Hedgehog. This game I would also put under the highly underrated video game list. My favorite thing about this game is that you could be Shadow. And I don't mean run around and control him, I mean you actually get to choose what actions he takes. In the game, each level you play comes with 3 missions: good, evil, and neutral. And you could choose to do which of those missions you wanted based on whether you wanted to be Shadow, do what you think he would do from his character base, or do what you wanted to do in the missions. It's like, you know, yeah, I want to help the people, but hey, that mission looks way more fun, let's do the evil mission. In a way, it kind of taught you that certain choices have certain consequences, and the actions you take lead to certain outcomes. Number 6 is Pokemon Snap. Wait, didn't we just do Pokemon? Yeah, but this is different. But you just said that you couldn't pick about the Pokemon. Shush! Pokemon Snap. Simply put, this game is the biggest introduction for me as to what got me into photography. Seriously, I'm a major shutterbug, and this game had a major part in that. You could take pictures of Pokemon! What kid didn't want to do that? It's another game that Andrew and I played for hours when we were kids, trying to find all the secrets and the different ways you could take pictures of all the different kinds of Pokemon. Because back then, internet wasn't a household common thing, and you couldn't just look that up. Number 7 is Okami. That one. This game I mainly love for its art style and music, but especially in this game, it's like you're playing moving art. Literally a moving painting is the world that you are in, and you use that in the battle system. You're a Japanese sun goddess named Amaterasu who has come down to Earth to exorcise evil, I guess you could say. But you use a paintbrush to do it! Number 8 is The Sims. We had one Sims game for our PC and didn't upgrade until a couple years after Sims 3 came out. But what I like to think was influential about this game is that The Sims did a very good job at teaching responsibility to younger gamers. When you're a kid, you want to be just like your parents, independent, you want to go to work, you want to work in the kitchen, you want to be able to help them with things like that. And The Sims let you learn how to do those things in a controlled environment where you could learn how to be on time, the importance of money, work, and job ethics without being let out into the real world too soon. It's actually thanks to this game that I know the importance of money, being on time, and working hard at your job in order to climb up the ladder. Number 9 is Super Smash Bros. From Nintendo 64 to the Nintendo 3DS, I've played them all. My brother, myself, and my cousins would play this game a lot, especially the Nintendo 64 version. But what I remember the most about this game, and probably have to give it great thanks for, is when I was in high school, on the last day in 9th grade before exams started, I came across a great big green doored classroom. And when I opened that door, I opened it to what could have been the most amazing and important moments of my life in high school. An entire classroom filled with teenagers playing Super Smash Bros. Melee. Thought that was going somewhere important again, didn't ya? But really, it was an entire room filled with gamers, and it's thanks to that room I was able to get through high school just playing Melee and eventually Brawl all through our lunch breaks, all through the next 3 years of my life. And it's thanks to that room as well that I met 3 of my bestest friends. Plus, being the only girl in the room that knew how to hold a controller properly and could hold her own against the boys helped a little bit too. And number 10 is Harvest Moon for the Nintendo 64. Another game that taught responsibility to a very young-aged kid. Don't water your plants, plants die. Don't feed the chickens, buy chicken. Which was actually really terrifying for a 5-year-old kid because death was not something you were exactly accustomed to in that day and age yet. Or at least it wasn't for me. Simple lessons taught by simple gameplay. Well, thanks you guys so much for watching my top 10 most influential games. Be sure to check in on Tuesdays when my brother Andrew uploads, and Friday when I, Sarah, upload. Until then, geek on!